What are we all collectively trying to achieve? I would summarise it in this way: quality content delivered by quality infrastructure. If there's one overriding message for today, it is to think beyond special and individual interests and to think beyond traditional comfort zones. That is how we are going to test and find the best ways forward if we reach out of our default positions to these challenging issues. How fast and effectively we become a fully digital nation will determine the choices we're able to make as a nation in a global future. The jobs we want to do and we want our children to have the chance to do. The lifestyles we want to lead. The sort of country and democracy we want to live in. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that the decisions about a digital Britain facing my department and the government will have a profound influence on the answer to those questions.
Let me say, first of all, it's a great pleasure to follow Andy and to be here in the British Library at one of what I believe is the most important conferences that we will hold this year. Because here today are assembled, and I welcome you, leaders of some of the most dynamic and innovative companies in our country. And here assembled are also some of the great creative thinkers and contributors to the creative industries of our country. And I believe that you are not only vitally important to our country's future, but increasingly important to our country's future, as I will try to suggest in the next few minutes. But I want to thank you all, industry leaders, creative writers, creative people, for the contribution you make to Britain and to British society. Now, 2 weeks ago here in London, the world came together at the G20 conference, not just to fight back against the global recession, but to see what we could do together to build a better future. And to the leaders assembled there at the G20, I reminded them of a quotation from Winston Churchill, that if you build the present only in the image of the past, you will miss out entirely on the great challenges of the future. That we have to think afresh and we have to think anew for what are new times. And this, of course, is the challenge in this sector. Our task is to think to the future, to the opportunities that lie before us in a world that is markedly different from the world of yesterday. And today's conference is, I believe, a vital step forward as we in Britain build that future. Because only by embracing a digital Britain and taking a lead in the global digital economy can we maintain our competitiveness as one of the world's leading economic and industrial powers in the years to come.
And right now we're experiencing some of the toughest business conditions that we have known. I don't need to say that to you. And some of the biggest challenges in the global economy that we've known in generations. And they're tough challenges, but I also happen to believe that they are exciting ones. But that is not the reason for standing still, just because times are tough at the moment in our economy. Doing nothing in the face of this attack on our economy, as some seem to want. The world is also on the edge of a new industrial revolution, and it's not just one revolution either. There is a revolution that's being driven by the world's shift to low carbon, but there is also the immense power and potential offered by digital technologies. Now, central to that ambition will be ensuring the competitive edge of our digital, communication and creative industries. Important in their own right, these sectors have been home to some of the UK's biggest success stories over the last decade, generating billions for our economy. But these industries are also fundamental to the future of all other UK businesses. Broadband isn't just going to underwrite the communications industry in this country and beyond. It will redefine the productivity and competitiveness of all other UK companies. Now, this is one of the most important bridges, in my view, to our economic future. And I believe there's a clear strategic role for government to help make it a reality. The UK can't take its pioneer status for granted. Other governments are looking at what needs to be done and to make this step change a reality. France, with its comprehensive digital plan for 2012, President Obama, an ambitious digital program for the US, and we know what Australia has announced and embarked on recently as well. The market, unaided, will provide some of the next generation infrastructure that the UK needs. But government cannot be indifferent to the wider national needs for a globally competitive economy, or indifferent to the desire and demand of all to have access, so that this technology and its rolling out is for the many and not the few. Now, can we rest comfortable with the thought that only half, therefore, of Britain's homes and perhaps fewer small businesses will have access to next generation broadband over the next few years? I don't think we can be content with that. In wireless infrastructure, the radio spectrum is a national asset, and we all need to be sure it is deployed wisely so the market can accelerate the arrival of competitive next generation mobile networks.